Next up, we are still in 1-6, but we are jumping down to example 4. So notice we are going to write a system of equations with a matrix. So what in the world does that mean? A matrix is just an array of rows and columns. So an example of a matrix could be something as simple as this, where you pick numbers and put them in there. So in this case, there are 2 rows and 2 columns. So we would say that its dimensions are 2 by 2. So how is that going to help us? Well, that's because in Algebra 1, you may remember doing something called the elimination method or the addition method to solve a system. And it required a lot of math. You had to multiply, you had to simplify, cancel out, all kinds of things. But doing it via a matrix is going to make your life easier. Okay, so when something says write a matrix for the system of equations, you're going to put all the coefficients. So like this is the x column, this is the y column, and this is the constant column. So what do I mean? So we're talking about coefficients. So the coefficients in front of x are 3 and -2. Okay. The constants in front of y are -1 and 7. So be very careful. Anytime there's a minus sign there, that does make it negative. And then proper terminology says that we put a line there to associate that we are augmenting this matrix, and our constant is 4 and 20. Right? In our next video, we're going to learn what we're going to do with that, because we will actually do something with it. But for now, just know that that's how you write it. So what if I wanted to go the other way? So like I'm given the matrix, what does my system of equations look like? Well, again, we go in order. This time x, y. I've got an extra column here. The last column is always the constant. So that means that the third column is z. If you like ABC better than x, y, z, that's okay. Envision will usually tell you what to put it in terms of. So like it'll say in terms of x, y, and z, or in terms of a, b, and c. All right, so here we do 0x plus 2y plus 3z equals 4. Repeat, 8x minus 1y. Remember, we don't actually have to have that 1 there because 1 times y is just y. Minus 2z equals 5. And then last, 2x plus 0y plus z. So again, 1z is just z, equals 9. Now, some of you are like, you corrected 1. Why are we putting 0? Remember, 0 times any number is just 0, so we don't actually have to have it. We can take that part out. That is okay. So if we wanted to pull this 2x closer and like put it right here, we can. But this is the system of equations for the matrix that is given. So again, we will be using this information in our next example, but first to see if you can figure out what it's like to write a matrix for the system and by